Hello there everyone, it's King Sloth back again with a brand new video. Today we're reacting to 5 reasons you shouldn't mess with the USA. I mean, first of all, in general, they have the most money GDP spent on them by a long shot. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, my name's King Sloth. I was in the British Army for just under 7 years, transferred across to the Royal Air Force for a new challenge. I make videos, a stream, a hobby. I do gaming as well every now and then. But I love doing reaction videos. I haven't done it in a while. So these are what people have sent me through Instagram, Twitter, all my socials down below. Just go down there. Make sure to leave a like around for 10 likes. We're aiming to hit, I believe, 4,000 subs by the end of this year. So let's smash it out of the park. Let's get it done.
The collapse of the Soviet Union
In
in 1991
1991
left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority,
size,
operational
money spent,
and power projection across the globe.
the activeness in general.
We'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority.
Do you also know it's technically first and second biggest air forces in the world? First, their generic air force is the biggest. Second, their navy, then all the helicopters they use in the navy is more than the third next best air force. That's mental. That's crazy. Crazy facts.
The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines. As of 2017,
that's crazy, isn't it?
The US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any
the satellite is probably the most
in
important thing to have currently.
The USA has the largest number of...
If you have comms constantly and GPS constantly and map awareness constantly, chances are you're winning that fight.
Stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor,
the Raptor,
F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, heavy bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit. In fact, the United States pioneered this technology.
You know what sites have planes that we don't even know about. We do not know what they are. I guarantee we won't know about for years to come.
Using a variety of technologies that reduce radar reflection from
it's crazy, isn't it?
Or air-based
it is fucking crazy. How these people think of this.
Or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a 5th-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section of just 0.0001.
So trying to get the target on that, to try and track it, you're not going to be able to. It's done. You can't track it.
About the size of a bumblebee. What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor. Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft. Even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes, it's a whole other story to successfully track them and register a missile kill.
Yeah, to be able to actually hit it, you need to be able to have the lock on, but if it's not locking on, if someone hits a shot, unless you're literally fucking so close to them, you are hitting it.
The whole idea behind this technology is to break the chain in which a conventional surface-to-air missile defense system works. It's the same reason countries like China and Russia are also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively.
They're trying to copy
the US Air Force to assert its air superiority over any battlefield of the future. And we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war.
If you control the skies,
the next reason why any country going to war with the US military should think twice is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean.
That picture alone there, that picture alone,
of the US Navy and its dominance.
that. Imagine you literally get on your boat, but oh, morning everyone. Okay, let's go have a brew, fucking whatnot. And seeing the US Army challenging you, I just think the boat, fucking done.
Over the world's ocean,
crazy.
Especially the Navy's supercarriers. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers, which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world. The only navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom.
That's the UK, surely.
They have 2 operational carriers.
So the UK, the Navy was known as the best at one point in the world. We have 2 carriers. These aren't known as the best still for the Navy, but you know, we'll let that slide. They've got 11.
Its class of carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft. They're literally a floating small town in the ocean with its own airport. The Nimitz-class carriers themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly.
Yeah, because there's 70 planes at a time.
There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group.
That's crazy.
These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and support vessels. Together,
if anyone held that, planes going up.
The center of the group forward towards the enemy. While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy
is mental.
The US carrier strike group almost impenetrable.
You're not going to hit it.
The United States
the amount of things that are around it, you ain't hitting it.
Strike groups, 8 of which are based in the United States and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all.
Just keep them together.
The US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. Ford class, intended to replace the Nimitz class ships.
What do they do with those ships then? Just fucking sink them?
Even more technologically advanced.
Oh my
and
god!
Expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century.
Jesus.
The third reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles,
406 is it?
The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US nuclear triad, along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile (SLBM) and nuclear warheads.
You don't know where it's coming from. English goes up, pops off missiles, goes back down.
From ground-based missile silos, achieving high suborbital spaceflight.
That's crazy.
1,000 miles above the surface.
I believe that's what Korea's trying to launch currently, like trying to get it done properly, but they keep crashing to the ocean.
Target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. The LGM
so we know where they are.
3 is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat.
Yeah, because everyone thought everyone was going to blow up. There was a panic that they were going to drop nukes.
Constant modernization. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion...
Okay, they said... Okay, they went the military... these rockets, $7 billion worth of upgrades in a year. They spend about $750 billion per year upgrading them intercontinental missiles. Not a drop in the water. That don't even scratch the surface. Not bothered.
Engines, the propellants used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years with improved reliability.
Yeah, because if one goes off, it's not just one that will go off, it'll be loads.
The latest versions of the missiles
half of them will go up at once.
Over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth at 7,917.5
So you can hit anywhere in the world.
They can carry multiple 330 kiloton nuclear warheads, which is 20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Not only that, each of these warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called
So you could
Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV, and it was first developed for the Minuteman III family of missiles.
So you could literally blow up the entire world.
With the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower, which can be launched at a moment's notice. If it weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire down on you, it would be precision-guided munitions, or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead.
That's crazy.
This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea.
It's just not normal.
All branches of the US military use smart
not
bombs
normal
in
at
some
all.
forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency.
Yeah, and they're only hitting what you need and at a certain time.
During the First Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits.
Oh my god.
Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone.
Yeah, they now use fully guided
PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms and use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise hits. You just don't understand how much panic there'll be in the world
if when it comes to the news, USA starts launching ballistic missiles across. No one knows where it's going to land yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, the world would just go into fucking panic.
Can hinder operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance. The project is known as Moving Target Artillery Round, or MTAR for short.
Look how fast they go up there.
The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin integrated management self-propelled 155mm.
They're going to use missiles and already bits of kit that they've already got. So saving money, it's worth it.
An extended range of 40 to 60 miles using rocket boosters to propel them. Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent weapon system that outclasses others around the world.
That's
Lastly,
madness.
the fifth and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US military.
Drones? Yeah.
We're all familiar with what an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to do. But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military operations, and the US military
it's the cost-wise
spirit behind it.
Cost-wise alone, you're not risking killing someone.
Drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks and have been extensively used by the US military in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over
because if you see your target, and I don't even know your fucking drone's up there,
of various classifications.
you can actually drop a missile.
Like the Lockheed Martin RQ-170 Sentinel and the Boeing MQ-25 Stingray are already in the final stages of development, and once finished, will provide the US military with state-of-the-art platforms capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions to aerial refueling. Drone technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours,
and they won't even know
for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity.
And they wouldn't even know that drone was there. That's what the craziest thing is.
On manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5 weapon systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them.
Just the intercontinental missiles alone.
It's almost impossible to beat the US military machine. That's why modern enemies of the United States are employing more and more asymmetric warfare strategies against the mighty US military. Despite that, the US military juggernaut is hands down the most powerful military complex in the world today, and probably will be for decades to come.
100%.
That's all we have for you today, folks. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you like the video and want to stay up to date on cool...
I completely agree with them. The amount of money they have to spend and literally just blow on whatever they like. It said then they spent $7 billion on intercontinental ballistic missiles, just upgrading them. And they spend about $750 billion a year. That's nothing. Nothing at all. They've got these massive, massive aircraft carriers. the biggest in the world. Guess what they're going to do? Spend more money to upgrade them. We need bigger. We need bigger. Normally, you don't make it bigger unless someone else has beat you and made it bigger themselves. You're literally you're making your own stuff be the best again. Like the money you could save, you could give it to me. I'd spend it wisely. But yeah, the drones alone, intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBM. Both of them alone are enough to scare most militaries, and guarantee. I'm not sure how old the video is. I believe it's a year old or so. The drones there then was about 1,000 drones. Guarantee that's at least tripled now. At least. They're cheaper to make than generic planes. You don't have to have a pilot in there. You can have someone working remotely from the base. You're saving money. Saving lots of money. But anyway, it has been King Sloth. Hope you all have enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And for 10 likes, comment what you want to react to next. Subscribe around for 4,000. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.